I am Ranger Andrew Ferreira here at Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. I am standing just a few feet from the Peak Fire Road, and you can see behind me the devastation and destruction from the 2003 Cedar Fire. Now the park has decided to reforest this area. Nature really needs a hand. The fire burned so hot and so intensely that it virtually wiped out 99% of the pine trees in the park, including the ones that you see behind me. And the reason why nature cannot germinate new pine trees on its own is because the fire was so hot and intense that it actually burned the seeds, the little seeds inside the cones. So we have decided to purchase thousands and thousands of 4 or 5 inch tall Jeffrey pines. They're maybe that tall. That's about an average height. We're hoping that in 30 or 40, maybe 50 years, we'll have some nice mature trees. However, only about 20% of these trees will survive, mostly due to lack of precipitation. In fact, Southern California is becoming more arid, a much drier climate. So if we get 20% survival rate, that's fairly optimistic. If we get only 10%, well, then that'll work too. And as those trees mature, they will drop their own cones and their seeds, and those will become new pine trees. 30, 40, 50 years down the road, this area will be just as lush and green as it was before the Cedar Fire, which was nearly 6 years ago. Okay, this is, below me is a Jeffrey pine, the one I just described, and it has been knocked over. So what we're going to do is fix it, and hopefully it'll keep growing tall. So this tree is pretty much hanging by a thread, so to speak. But if we can give it a better chance of surviving, then we will. This is kept to keep deer from eating the trees, and so that people can see where the trees are so they don't step on them. And hopefully this tree will survive. Reforesting this park, we're going to keep it alive and lush and green like it was for my parents and their parents for future generations. And doing this small part, hopefully we'll get the park back to the way it was looking in past generations.